Okay, pentatonic fills, that's what we're going to be looking at today. This is going to be a fun lesson. I use these all the time in my playing. And you can either use them to connect your chords together, or you can use them just to give a little bit more movement when you're on a chord. They work so well, super, super versatile, and in so many different styles as well. That's the great thing about them. Okay, let's have a look at fill number 1. Okay, that's the fill we're going to be looking at. Let's just go back a stage first though. How do we get that pentatonic scale? Well, we're in the key of F, so let's just play our F major scale. F major has 1 flat, which is that B flat. And to get the pentatonic scale from the regular major scale, you take out 2 notes, you take out the 4th, and you take out the 7th. So let's just do that. The 4th is that B flat, so we're no longer going to have that note in there. And we're also going to take out the 7th, which is that E. So we're left with F, G, A, C, and D. And a great way of thinking about it, which makes it much more versatile, is to think of the note numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So if we go back to our fill, you can see I'm holding onto this C at the top all the way through, and it just gives it that glue. It's like a pedal note. Works really, really well. And if I take out that C, all I'm doing with my thumb, my second finger and my third finger is playing this. Quite simple, but when you put them together, I mean, the great thing about the way this works is that it works over so many chords in the key and immediately sounds like music. If I just kind of jam some chords with my left hand, I mean, it just gives you an idea of where you can take this, and you can see it suddenly sounds like music rather than a series of chords. It works really, really well. As I say, I use this all of the time. Let's have a go at pentatonic fill number 2. This is a classic country piano fill, right? You hear this in so much country music. By the way, I completely forgot to say, I've put together a free PDF lesson book with all of these fills written out for you step by step, all of the sheet music and notation. The link to download that is in the video description. I think you'll find it really, really useful. It's completely free. Okay, here is this fill. So what is going on here? Well, we've actually got another pedal note at the top, but this time it's not the 5th. It's the root, okay? We've got that F at the top. I'm playing that in my little finger, and that goes all the way through. Pretty much. It's pretty much there all the way through. And then in my second finger, my third finger, and my thumb, I'm playing this. You've got those grace notes in there as well. Those sounds. That's what gives it that country flavour. It's almost like a guitar kind of sliding up to the note. If I play it all together, there it is, and I kind of loop it over and over. Really important to get the timing. It doesn't come in on beat 1, it comes in on beat 2. 3, 4, 1. 1. There it is, okay. If I just put some simple chords underneath it, I'm just going to go. Have a listen to what it sounds like. Just begins to sound like music immediately, doesn't it? I mean, if you're wondering what I'm doing there in my left hand, I'm just playing like an F chord there. I've got that voiced. I like doing these big open voicings. I'm going to do a whole nother video on this at some point, but that's quite a stretch for some people. But I'm just doing an F. That's like a G minor. That's a B flat 2. And that's like a kind of C7 sus sound. Check it out. Works so well. Okay, I'm going to show you a bit more of that kind of stuff I did there a little bit later on, but let's move on to pentatonic fill number 3. Okay, this is probably the most advanced one out of the three. There's a lot in here and it's split into 3 different sections. So check this out. The first part goes like this. So what's happening there? Well, my little finger is holding on to that C. Okay, that's what's going on at the top. And then my second finger, my third finger, and my thumb is just doing this. We've got that grace note at the beginning. That lovely guitar-y sound. Now what happens here is we then switch position. Okay, we're going to go from having my little finger on the C to my little finger on the F. Check it out. So we've jumped down. It's almost like a crab going down the piano, kind of clawing its way down the piano. So I've now got my little finger on the F, and my second and third finger is just doing this. Put it together. So the first part of it sounds like this. Now the next part, we jump down again, and my little finger goes on to the C, the fifth again, okay? Check this out. I'll do it again. Okay, it might seem like a lot to remember, all these fills, and when I'm playing them, I'm not constantly thinking about the notes, and I'm not thinking second, third, move, grace note. That isn't going on in my head. What you've got to do is get them into your muscle memory, and that means that your hand can just kind of play them on automatic. Now, I appreciate in order to get to that point, you've got to work through it really slowly, but you will find the more and more you play it through, the more your hand just kind of feels its way. A little bit faster. Let's go a bit faster again. So if I now move my hand up here, kind of sings a bit better up that part of the piano, much higher. And if I just put some chords underneath it in my left hand again, check it out. I mean, it's a bit messy, but you kind of get the idea about how you can combine these things, and it just means that the music keeps on rolling, okay? The main principles to understand: hold something down in your little finger, either the fifth or the root, okay? So you can either hold your F down or your C down, and then play about with your second finger, your third finger, and your thumb. And you can begin to come up with these really, really interesting fills. One of the things I love to do, actually, is to keep on going down the piano playing the fill. Check this out. I've written this out for you in the PDF workbook as well. You can download this and work through it. Have a look. Okay, let me show you. I'll show you very quickly what's going on. That's all we're doing. That's the whole thing, and I just keep on playing it on repeat. So that's the first move, and then you jump. So there we're going C, D, C, A. Again, all these notes are from the pentatonic scale. We're not using any other notes. I mean, so much fun. You can just keep on going. Depending on how long your piano is, you can just go all the way down the piano. So much fun. Okay, I've just found a drum track I'm going to play along with. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jam. In my right hand, I'm going to be playing some of these fills and just kind of improvising, only using those notes from the pentatonic scale, trying to always hold down a note in my little finger and then play little fills like that with my thumb and my second finger and my third finger. I'm just going to see what happens. And in my left hand, I'm just going to be playing some chords. I'm just going to see what happens. I want to give you an idea of where you can take this, all right? Here we go. Let's give it a go. Something like that. I mean, it's a bit messy, but it gives you an idea of where you can take this. As I say, I use these all of the time in my playing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to grab the free PDF lesson book. The link to download that is in the video description. I'm gonna go and do some more practice. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.